Only 12 days left of the transfer window. Time to get busy. Yes, people, welcome to the Magpie Channel TV. Time to get busy indeed. Hopefully, surely, with only 12 days remaining of this transfer window, Newcastle United must strengthen that starting 11. There's loads of transfer rumours to get through in today's video, people. So smash a like on this one if you enjoy it and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And just a quick, obvious mention to these bad boys. Ooh, look at those. Brand new Magpie Channel caps available now on the magpiechannel.com. And for the members out there will be a giveaway this month of one of these lovely new trucker caps. We'll just put them on our Instagram story and as a community post on YouTube, and they are flying out already. So be quick on the website. Their link will be in the description to get yourselves one. And speaking of the members giveaways, well done to Mark Scott, who won last month's giveaway, which was the Magpie Channel t-shirt. So that was on his way to him right now. Well done, mate. And as I say, you can become a member, join the channel for just a couple of quid a month, and be in with a chance to win some belter monthly giveaways, including this quality clothing that you can see right now. I was going to stand up, but the microphone will probably drop off, so we'll not do that. But you can see them all on the magpiechannel.com. Anyways, transfer news. Let's talk about it then. Funny enough, for the first day in 3 weeks, there's no update on Mark Gahey. At the time of recording, 3 PM on this Monday afternoon, nothing today about Gahey at all, which is very surprising. Obviously, there was talks the other day that the fourth bid of 65 million had been rejected by greedy Parish, Palace's co-owner there, Palace's chairman. Other reports are saying that it's still ongoing, the negotiations are still happening, you know, it's not dead in the water, it's not a complete write-off, it could still happen. Gahey to the Toon. And obviously all the Palace fans yesterday were saying Mark Gahey obviously wants to move to Newcastle because he had an absolute stinker in their game against Brentford. Palace fans were saying that was one of his worst performances ever, if not the worst, in an Eagles shirt. And you could see his head wasn't in it, wasn't in the game. His mind was on the Toon, his mind was on Greg's, his mind was on Brown Ale, his mind was in St James's Park. Not Selhurst Park, not at Brentford away, doesn't want it anymore. Wants a new challenge, wants to move on up in the world, yeah? So yeah, apparently I didn't see the game in full, I've seen the highlights, but they are all slating Mark Gahey's performance and his mentality and his attitude as their captain for the performance that he put in, where it's clear that ongoing talks with the potential move to Newcastle is well and truly distracting him, playing on his mind, and ruined his game. So let's listen up, Parish. Listen up. Accept the bid for everyone's sake and move on, right? Get the bid accepted. Just move on. Let's have it. Because if a 65 million is rejected, I said it in my rant the other day, you can check it out, that is a joke. And 70 million plus, it starts going crazy. Does it lead us to other targets? And according to the Liverpool Echo and many other reports today, Newcastle are going to turn their attention to Joe Gomez, the England international defender. He was in the squad for the Euros, barely played though, unlike Gahey. Is very heavily linked with Newcastle United. Again, it must be said, we've been linked with Gomez on and off for a few years now. To be fair, he is actually Liverpool's longest serving player. Never even scored a single goal from centre-back. Never even a little corner from a header, you know what I mean? Header from a corner, should I say. Nothing like that, never. But he's been at Liverpool for many years now. Interestingly, he wasn't in their squad at all for their opener away to Ipswich on Saturday. So that speaks volumes that if it's not Newcastle he's in talks with, you'd think it would be somewhere else, because surely you'd at least get a place on the bench. They actually had a bit of a defensive nightmare themselves. Liverpool slot substituted Quansah at half-time for Konate because he was having a terrible performance at Ipswich. That made a change, but no Gomez at all to even look at, to even bring off the bench. However, 40 to 45 million is the price tag being quoted for Joe Gomez, which again is why I keep saying the Gahey thing at 60 million is about right. 70 million? No, I'm with you. Where I'd say, tell you what, I'll whack away at this point. Whack away. But with Gomez being quoted at 45 million, I mean, I know he's still Yeah, I got years ahead of him. I think, is he 26, 28 at a push? I can't remember. One of the two. Put it this way, he's still got a good 5 years left. So that's not bad, but for 45 million, that is heavy. That price tag is too much. I think that's too high. Gomez is a good player, but he's not great. It doesn't really get me excited, put it that way. Joe Gomez, Newcastle, it doesn't get us buzzing. Gahey does, even a Diamande from Lisbon, when we're linked to Chow, Todibo, I was like, yeah, I fancy this. Gomez, I'm like, well, he's good, it's a good signing, but it's not like, get in, I can't wait to see Gomez at Newcastle. You know, it doesn't really do much for us. I'm sitting there thinking, that's not worth 45 million, because how much better is Gomez than Lascelles? Dare I say it, Jamal Lascelles. I'm not spending 45 million on a Gomez if it was my money. Thankfully, it's not. Well, I would kind of wish it was. I would love to have 45 million, but I wouldn't be spending it on Joe Gomez. Put it that way. That is far too much of a price tag. Other targets that's being linked to Newcastle. This one's from the Chronicle. Is Christensen, the defender at Barcelona, the centre back previously at Chelsea. I know, like everybody else who has played for Chelsea, because they have over 1,000 players on the books. Christensen is now in La Liga at Barca. He has been linked. He is up for sale. Barcelona do have to sell some players. They've constantly got these ongoing financial troubles, even though they'll still sign players for huge money and building massive new extensions to the new camp, refurbishing it and everything. Christensen is linked with a move to Newcastle. This one for the Danish international at £30 million. I think Christensen's a decent player. Again, I think that would be a good signing. I quite like Christensen. I thought he was alright at Chelsea. He'd be a good player, but I'm not sure if it's a one again, like Joe Gomez, where it's a game changer. I think for me, Mark Gahey is a game changer. I think he's a brilliant defender, 24 years old, star player for England at the Euros there, captain of Crystal Palace in the Premier League, with a huge amount of potential to still be reached. That would definitely be reached under Eddie Howe, Tyndall and the rest of the coaching staff. With Christensen, I think, again, he'd come in, you'd be like, it's good. Does he improve it? Yeah, probably. Is he way better than Shaw? Is he even better than Shaw? I know Shaw's getting on a bit now, and we're seeing that. You know, it was a silly mistake from him at the weekend, although I still sit in the boat of that it shouldn't have been a send enough. But Christensen, yeah, it'd be a good signing. He's a good player, but I'm not overwhelmed by it. Yet again, I'm not buzzing that we're getting Christensen, you know? Yeah, listen, good player, be a good signing, but I don't know. That one doesn't get as excited too much. Let me know what you think of those potential other centre-back links if we were to pull away from the Mark Gahey deal and look at Christensen from Barcelona or Gomez from Liverpool. I was going to say Chelsea there, because we have been linked again with more Chelsea players. Probably because Chelsea need to sell some of their 42 players that they've currently got listed as their first team squad. We know we've been linked with Madueke a lot. Now him on the right wing there. Apparently they are in talks with a Premier League club to loan or and sell him. So that could be Newcastle United. We know of the interest in Madueke. Eddie Howe is a fan of the young English winger. Another right winger that we've been linked with from Chelsea. Bit of an older one. Bit of an older English boy. The old generation, not the new one from Madueke under 21s. The older one. Raheem Sterling, who was obviously completely left out of Chelsea's squad for their defeat at Man City yesterday. He even put out a story, or his team did, saying they were disappointed and upset that he wasn't in the squad. They thought he was a big part of their plans. It looks like Chelsea are trying to offload Raheem Sterling because, again, they need to. They've spent loads of money. They've brought in Pedro Neto, loads of players. They've got loads on the books. Sterling they're looking at and thinking, surplus to requirements now. He hasn't really done well at Chelsea, especially compared to his time at Man City, where he was quality, real quality player. Even for England, he used to get a lot of stick, but at the Euros before last, you know, he was class. I really like Raheem Sterling. Sometimes he can be a bit frustrating. I get that. Sometimes is he giving his all every game? That's annoying. Obviously, that's not acceptable for me. But he is a top talent. He does have top class skills and ability in there. However, I will write off any chance that's happening right now on the pure basis of him being on 325 grand a week. I don't think we need to talk about it anymore, because we're clearly not going to pay that much money. Our top earners are on like 140 grand a week, 150 grand a week, you know, with new deals. There's no way Sterling comes in and gets 300 grand plus. Even if he accepted half of his monthly wage at Chelsea that he's on, weekly wage, I say. I know, it should be bloody, not even monthly, it should be yearly. God almighty. But if he was accept even 150, 200 grand a week, I don't think he would, and I still don't think we would pay that for him because he's not getting any younger. Even though I do think it would be a good signing, bring a lot of experience, and he knows how to win trophies. Got a great CV, so that would boost our dressing room a lot. And I do think he can still definitely do a job in the Premier League, no doubt about it. I think he would do well with us. I think he'd score goals, get assists. He'd be, Sterling, Isak, and Gordon would be a fantastic front three. Don't get us wrong, but the wages are through the roof, astronomical. We are never going to go anywhere near that. There's even talks that Chelsea will just let him go on loan, and then maybe someone pays 50% of his wages. Could that be a possibility? Maybe. But I think if Chelsea were to get rid of Sterling, the only destination that can afford him is Saudi Arabia, if he wants to go in there with Ivan Toney, which is mad how Ivan Toney looks to be going to Saudi now as well. That's crazy stuff at his age, but money talks, innit? And unless Sterling wants to go into Miami and sit on the Venice beach and slinging crosses to Messi, which is fine makes sense. They're the only times that's going to happen. I think you're going to make a move like that now. Although the report is saying that there is several Premier League clubs interested in Raheem Sterling. It's just the wages are through the roof. I'd take him. Let us know if you would, but the wages are mental. And finally on wingers, the name that never goes away for the past 2 years is the Italian Federico Chiesa. Chiesa linked once again because Motta, the Juventus gaffer, insisted once more that he has no plans to play Chiesa this season. So he is available to buy for just £20 million. I think that's a steal. I really do. It does worry me and gets you wondering why no one else is coming in for him. Because I think there's many Premier League teams that could do with Chiesa, or Spanish teams, or French teams. Us, we need a right winger. There's an Italian international there, 26 years old, available for £20 million. Absolutely sound. Bellissimo ciao bella. Bring him in. Tonali can have a new mate, Get a bit of Italian on the go with each other. Buongiorno here, buongiorno there. Spaghetti here, Moretti there. Yeah, I'm fine. I would have Chiesa. I really would. I know his injury record is there, and there's questions over attitude, as I think why he's fell out with the Juventus manager maybe, but the goals, the assists, the work rate, the moments of magic that you see Chiesa produce with his feet there, he's a top player. I really like him. Definitely gets in ahead of Murphy and Almiron. So if we haven't got much to spend in that right wing, which looks to be the case, Chiesa at 20 mil is worth it. Totally worth it. Even if it doesn't go well, 20 million. It's not much this day and age, so I would go for Chiesa for the right wing, I really would. Speaking of Italian, speaking of Tonali, we will finally see him back on the 28th of August this month. A week on Wednesday, Sandro Ole can play again, because we have been moved to the Wednesday night for Sky against Forest in that Carabao Cup second round fixture at the City Ground, and that, the 20th of August, is the date that Sandro Tonali can return to action. He is eligible to play after a 10-month ban for Newcastle United. Finally, 10 months is over and Sandro is back. Can't wait to see how he gets on. So I'm sure he'd only get probably 20 minutes at best towards the end of the game. I'd be very surprised if Eddie Howe would start him. He even said in the press conference last week that he hasn't got any match sharpness, obviously, because he hasn't played any matches, apart from the ones behind closed doors and stuff. But to get that actual competitive game fitness up, there's no replica. I think you'll get a run out and then we'll build them up from there. But great news is that we'll finally see Sandro back in black and white next week, Wednesday the 28th of August. Right then, I think that'll do for this video. Hopefully we'll be back tonight with some more official news, not just these articles and rumours. If an official update on Mark Gahey or anyone else, I'll be bringing you to you first on the Magpie Channel TV. So smash a like, subscribe to the channel, drop your comments below. What you would do with all those names linked, the defenders, the wingers. Let me know. Enjoy yourself.